Yo, what's up? It's Herb. What's the word? I've been gone for a little minute, but I am back. Now, today, first of all, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, a wonderful morning, whatever time I post this, you feel me? But today, we are going to talk about a story, which you all can see in the title, Steveharvey story, of how he was walking in faith. He had so much faith. And I don't even want to get into details, but first, let me start off by saying it started place in 1991. And he had $35 to his name. First of all, how old was Steve Harvey in 1991? Let's look that up. Steve Harvey, 65. So he was born in 1957. So we going to up that 1991, 67, 77, 87. He was about 33, 34 years old. Okay, so he had $35 attached to his name, which is impressive that he can remember that because I don't even know how much money that I had yesterday. So he was sleeping in his car, $35 to his name, and if I had to assume, I would say he was already doing comedy, stand-up comedy, because nobody ain't just gonna call you for roles if you ain't, do nothing. If you sleep and stuff like that, they ain't just gonna say, hey, you funny. Like, you gotta be doing something. So let's assume he was doing something. I'm telling this story by the way he told it. This ain't no random person that just told his story. This him telling it. Okay. So he sleeping in his car, he got $35 to his name. So he get a call. Bling, bling. And it's New York, the Apollo. A lot of people know of the Apollo, which a lot of successful people come out of there. Maybe I need to join the Apollo because it seems like a lot of successful people. I need to do comedy because a lot of successful people is coming out of there. So phone ring and they say, hey, you funny. We want you to, do comedy stand up at the Apollo come Sunday. And he like, man, I don't have no money. So he got $35, he don't have no money, and he trying to find a way. So I believe he ain't say nothing. He like, okay, he don't know whether to accept it right now or not. So he like, okay, he gotta go get some money. So he like, man, how you finna get this money? He was on the urge of quitting until he got that car. So it's another, this why God is great. He received another call for, it's Thursday. He received another call. He in Florida right now. Where at in Florida? I really don't know. But just know he got a call and he had to go to Jacksonville to do a stand-up comedy, and they was paying $150. So he like 3 hours away from that. He 3 hours away from Jacksonville, Florida. So he driving his car. I'm assuming, I don't know where he got the gas money, but I'm assuming, he got $35 attached to his name. So 3 hours, $35. Gas must have been cheap back then because $35, like, will that get you all the way? Okay, that would get you, assuming that gas was real cheap, probably $1.99, $2. I don't know. So let's assume that gas was real cheap. So he put $35 in his tank, and that got him there. But his tank probably finna be empty. I don't know what tank he was running on before he probably put that 35, and he had to probably get food before. Doing comedy stand up on an empty stomach. Your mind probably not in the right place. So he get there. He made $150. So the guy that invited him, tell him, hey, you funny than the guy, that we hired. So we gonna go ahead, and if you stay for one more night, we gonna go ahead and get you another $150. So he already made $150, and he finna make another $150. So that's finna get him $300, and he good. He good. Like, for him to not have nothing and trust in himself that he can do it, like some people be like, man, I don't got no money. Like, I don't want to take no more risks. You know, because I could end up broke just doing all this, and if it don't succeed, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. So shout out to Steveharvey for having that faith. You feel me? So, okay, so he get $300 and he called Eastern Airline, which I don't know nothing. I'm young. I don't know nothing about Eastern Airlines. We have Delta, we have Spirit, we have American Airline, we have American. I'm finna say American Eagle. I think that's a clothing line. Yeah, all these different airlines, but we don't see no Eastern Airlines no more. So he called them, and they doing the 99 deal special, you know. So, you know, before all that, he called the same guy, and they said they had one more role, you know, to fill. So they ain't filled that role yet. So like I was saying, you know, I don't know whether he told the guy that he couldn't do it at first. So he must have told him, hey, I'm going to try to find my way down there, but it's not guaranteed. So he called him back and he say, oh, okay, for the New York Apollo, we have one more row. So he say, I'll be there. So he get a $99 special ticket, which I'm trying to get back home right now. So I need to find me a $99 special. But at the same time, I don't know if that was a one-way $99 special or that was a round trip. I'm assuming it's a round trip because, you know, I'm sure he don't want to stay, you know. I wonder where he put his car. That's a good question. Where was his car when he was traveling? Like, did he pay at the airport or did he park it at his parents' house? I want to know where that car was. If he paid at the airport, that's a little too. I don't like to park at the airport. I like to take my car to, you know, somewhere, because I'm not finna get back and pay, you know, that money to have my car sitting there overnight at the airport. You know, that's money right there. So he get there, right? $99 special. He saved $200. So by the time he get there, he still has something. But it's kind of odd because when he got there early. So they tell Steveharvey, your turn ain't until, you know, you don't get on to 11, you know, 11 at night. He didn't have nowhere to stay. He got his 2 bags with him. Coming from the words of Steveharvey, he had his 2 bags with him, and he don't know where to go. So, you know, he tell them he don't have nowhere to go. Can he just please stay here, you know, until it's his time? So they like, okay, go upstairs, but you better not come down. You better just be sitting there until your turn. Which that is hard. Like, you gotta use the. I hope they have a restroom. I hope they have some water up there. I hope they have, you know, all this different stuff. So it's kind of hard to even sit up there. So he hungry, and he tell them, hey, he come down and say, hey, you know, can I go get some KFC? You know, they told him not to come down. They like, why is you down here? You know, so he said, hey, can I just run across the street? It's gonna take me 20 minutes, and I just want some chicken. You know, we love our chicken. Especially black people, we love our chicken. You know, so I don't blame him. If I'm thinking of chicken, I gotta go. You feel me? So he go across, you know, the street or down the street to KFC, and he was running a little late. And, you know, people are already coming in there. He's like, I told you to get here at this time. So he like, damn. So I'm assuming he go back upstairs and wait his time. And it's all the stars in the building. Jamie Foxx came up, did stand up. He got booed. You know, Dwayne Johnson came up. He got booed. D.L. Hughley, he came up. He got booed. So I can imagine that Steveharvey, like, I'm going to get booed next. That's the only thing that's coming out my mind. You know, that'll be coming out, you know, my mind like, dang, I'm going to get booed then. If all these people that's big today is getting booed, like, I can imagine, like, he say he feeling nervous. Hell yeah, like, I'll be feeling nervous. So he go up there and he tell a joke about somebody, the Mike Tyson eyeball. You know, it's his turn. He talk about the Mike Tyson fight and how he made this dude eye. You know, you can search that online right now on YouTube. You can search that up and you can find it. You feel me? And everybody start laughing at him. So he the only one that got a laugh. You feel me? He the only one that got a laugh. Everybody else got booed off stage. He can't get booed off stage, you know. So since the Apollo liked him so much, the Apollo had a host that left. So they called him back like, hey, you know, we want you to do amateur night. You know, from that, before I go there, from that he made $750 in a few hours. I make that in a week. I'm pissed. So he made $750 from that. And they asked him to do, you know, to host amateur night. I would have been like, hell yeah, how much I'm gonna make for hosting amateur night? It gotta be 1,000, you feel me? Gotta be 1,000, 2,000, or something like that. So I would have said, yeah, like me, I probably would have, you know, he was nervous, I'm sure, because he never hosts. He just came from living out his car to being a host. I wonder where he was going. Like, you know, where is his car? Did he go back home? And then I'm sure he did go back home, get his car or something like that, you know. So he turned out to be a host and everybody loved him, you know. So that's where he got his shine at. Steveharvey just getting all this shine out of nowhere, walking in faith. A lot of people would have been like, they would have gave up. And that's why you can't give up, you know. A lot of people were like, man, I don't know what to do. I tried this. I'm 30-something years old. Like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this over and over. So if you 30-something, you still have time. If you 20-something and think you're running all the time, you still real young. You have it. Like, don't let social media, don't let TV, because you see all these young kids and stuff like that. You know, everybody path different. They parents put them in at a young age and they just blew up and took all these lessons. You might have not, you know, you ain't do that. You feel me? But it ain't too late. It ain't too late to do that. You feel me? So he the host and they turned out to like him. He built a connection with the audience and he turned out to be the host for 8 years. So this how he getting his start. They loved him. You know, so now he was the host of Family Feud. He got his own talk show. I'm sure Steveharvey, he a millionaire now. I don't gotta even look up his net worth. He a millionaire. I know that for a fact. He a millionaire. Everybody should know that. And I'm sure he's so close to being a billionaire because he stayed busy. He got the Steveharvey show. He on YouTube. YouTube gonna pay you some money. He got 7 million subscribers. And he doing a lot more. He played on movies, comedy stand-up, which Steveharvey is my favorite comedian. And he my favorite motivator if I'm really speaking facts. He the person that I want to hear knowledge from. You know, he came from nothing to something. He ain't growing to this. He ain't growing to the $1 million home. No, none against, you know, other people. But I'm just telling his story. Some people want to relate. Some people that be under the ground, they don't want to keep on hearing these stories about how somebody that had money grew even more. That's going to be motivating for a lot of people, I'm sure. But you want to hear about somebody that came from being on his last leg. He ain't know what to do. He feel like he was running out of time. But faith got him a long way. And he realized that faith take him a long way. He really connected with God, which a lot of us have to be connected with God. You feel me? So he got all these shows, all these movies, and he turned out to be a millionaire. I'm saying billionaire, but he turned out to be a millionaire, you know. I want to know how close he is. I want to look up his network and see how close he is. It seems like he's such a hard worker, and he should be close to $1 billion. That's what it seems like, but you don't know people's pocket. You don't know what they have to pay for, what they, you know. Yeah, so I said all them. I'm going to keep on telling these stories because a lot of people need to hear this. Don't be surprised if I keep on telling these stories because this going to be a motivational channel for the people that's new. I hope you made it through this video. This gonna be a motivational channel. Majority of it, you know, I might bring people on my podcast to talking about positive things. No negative. We gonna keep all the negative stuff off this channel. We gonna keep all the drama off this channel. Like your typical podcast, they gonna bring up stuff to get views from off other people's drama. That's what we not gonna do. Okay? So, yeah. I hope y'all like Steveharvey's story. Y'all can hear him on his own YouTube talk about the story. If you haven't heard it, you can go on his YouTube. He got so many. He got about 2 YouTubes. He got 2 shows. He doing Family Feud. Like, he doing all this. So you just gotta catch him. You know, you gonna catch him on one of these. You know, just search him up. You gonna catch him on one of those channels. Whatever he talking about, he talk about motivation on all his channels. You know, on all his TV shows. You know, all his host shows. He talk about it. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. From homeless to a millionaire, and you can do it too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here.